Hey everyone, Chef Ralph here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Chef Ralph's Realm. Today we're doing a Chef Ralph original. This is a recipe that I conceptualized, came up with, haven't tried it. We're going to try it for the first time here. So I wrote out the recipe into the measurements and standards that I think is going to work. We're going to see if it does. So we're in September now, and we are in the midst of peach season. I have been on a total peach kick. I've been trying to figure out ways how to put peaches into just about anything. So I wanted to do a peach cannoli because I thought that kind of sounded interesting, and it's something quick we can throw together. If the flavor profiles work that I'm thinking about, it could be something neat. I've never personally seen a peach cannoli before, so let's get going. One of the biggest things that you got to do is the ricotta cheese. You got to strain it. This has been hanging in my refrigerator overnight. You want to remove as much of the liquid as possible. It will help in the long run. There are recipes that I've seen that use different stabilizers. I'm not a big fan of that. I'd rather just take the time and get the cheese to where it should be. Don't mind this red. It was a twist tie that I used. So this now has a nice consistency. You can see how it's kind of breaking apart like that, and it's almost like in a loaf. I'm just gonna, yeah, that's nice. That's got the right texture. That's what we're looking for. So we're gonna grab a bowl. This is gonna be enough to make probably about a dozen cannolis, my measurements that we're gonna work with today. So we're gonna do about 2 cups of the cheese, of the ricotta cheese pre-strained. They could be, you don't have to pack it in there totally great. Just about 2 cups. I'll put the rest aside. I kind of have a feeling we're going to need a little bit more, but let's just see how we go. Now, to the 2 cups of ricotta cheese, we are going to add 1 cup of mascarpone. Now, it's not completely traditional to use mascarpone. I like to use mascarpone because it gives a smoother mouthfeel. There are some recipes that'll use heavy cream. I've even seen some recipes use vegetable shortening to get that creamy texture. But if you weigh out the correct amount of ricotta cheese, mix it with the right ratio of the mascarpone, you should be fine. And then to that, we're going to add 1 cup of confectioner sugar or powdered sugar. So this is going to be the base of the cannoli cream. We're going to give that a good mix. Let's get everything mostly incorporated before we start adding the other ingredients. So like I said, this is going to be peach flavored cannoli. Thyme goes very well with peach, so this is going to be like a peach and thyme flavored cannoli. So then to this, I did all the prep work ahead of time. I got a bunch of these. These are dried peaches, and I fine diced them up, and we're just gonna. This is about a packed cup, maybe a little bit more than a packed cup. I'm not going to throw it all in yet. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing this recipe. Kind of came out of my head this way. We'll see where it ends up. Honey. This usually doesn't go, but honey and peaches and honey and thyme, that's a nice flavor profile. So we're going to go in with, it's about 3 tablespoons of honey. 3 tablespoons. And where else we got? We have a teaspoon of peach extract. I try not to use extracts, but I feel like peach is such a delicate flavor that every little bit helps. And I'm not really using about a teaspoon of it. Here's a little weird one. We've got, this is some peach schnapps with fresh thyme leaves, and I've been, macerating it and letting it soak for about an hour or so. It should infuse some of the thyme oils out of there. I want a little bit of the bite from the schnapps also, and again, peach schnapps, so that's going to go in. We don't want, that is, what did I say? About 3 tablespoons of that as well. And then literally just a few fresh thyme leaves. I mean, this is like maybe half a teaspoon, just for a little bit more of that, of the feel of the thyme, and a little bit of just for the look of it. That feeling, it's looking very, very nice. I don't think you need to do it in a mixer, like a paddle mixer or something like that. This really should be enough. So now I'm just going to taste it, and then if I need to pivot or recalculate something, we'll see. Well, cheers, guys. Let's see if it came out. What was in here comes out here. It's really interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the peach, diced peach. I'm going to add a little bit more of the schnapps and a little bit more of the peach extract. I'm going to say maybe about a teaspoon of each. Sorry. I'll update the recipe at the end. Just incorporate all of this together. It's not as sweet as I thought it would be, which is okay. It doesn't have to be cloyingly sweet. I feel like cannolis, sometimes with a little bit of a restraint, they're better than the super, super sweet ones. I also feel like if this sat overnight, it would be a little bit more pungent. But for the sake of this video, let's see, we're probably good around there. Much better. This is pretty good. All right, be right back. I'm going to get piping. We'll see what we're doing at the very end. I've decided I'm going to add a little bit more honey. I do want this to be more, I want it to read as a dessert, which it does, but we're going to go another 2 tablespoons of honey. All right, guys, so I'm filling the shells. Looks like it's going to make about a dozen of them, so my ratios and measurements are going to be accurate. I'm not going to lie to you, these are store-bought. If I felt like greasing up my kitchen, I would make these from scratch. I do have the equipment and the knowledge to. I am just choosing not to because I work a full-time job, and I don't feel like cleaning at all. So I hope you guys can understand. That being said, let's get into one of these. The filling by itself was good. I really feel like the filling in the vessel is going to be even better. I mean, come on, guys. That's a proper cannoli. All right. Cheers. This is going to be the new fall flavor, folks. I don't need no pumpkin spice. I don't need no apple cider donuts. Get out of the way. Peach cannoli. That's what we're doing. Whew. All right, guys. I'm going to put the recipe down below. But these, I can't. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. It's got a lot of peach over and over and over again. Couple different spots. Get the peach from the actual dried peaches. Nice little chew to it. It's got the effervescence from the peach schnapps. It's got a little bit more of the depth from the peach extract. This is peach on peach on peach. This is great. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming with me on this journey, on this Chef Ralph's original recipe. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you make this recipe. I hope your friends enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying it, and I know my friends will. If you like my content, like, subscribe, and follow. Keep in mind, this is Chef Ralph's Realm. I would love to see you here next time. Have a great day.